Greetings everyone, Andrew here, and I have 7 keys to self-mastery. Now, there are a lot of different aspects to self-mastery, more than 7. But these are the 7 main things that I work into my routine because I feel like I get the best growth from these. But everybody's different, so find what works for you. I just want to share my 7 with you. So here we go. The first thing to understand is that this world that we live in is like a mirror. It reflects back what the thoughts are that you're putting out. So if you have these thoughts of fear of getting sick, or you have these thoughts of failing, then that's going to get projected back into your life. And so you might get sick all the time because that's your constant fear, that frequency of thought energy, so to speak, that's getting sent out there, especially if you're vocal about it, because then you're just reinforcing it. And those things are going to get reflected back into your life. Now, remember that where you focus your attention is where you focus energy. For example, if you were to take your right hand and focus all of your attention on it, you might start to feel a tingling sensation. If you don't right away, just focus on it a little longer. And if it still doesn't happen, well, keep practicing. But what you can do is clap your hands, and that activates the nerve endings in your hands. You can feel them tingling. That's energy. Everything is energy. Where you focus your attention is where you focus energy. Being present. Presence mastery. Mastering being present in the moment. And what that means is people tend to live in this world in a very physical, three-dimensional way. Like, that smell is stinky, I don't like it. Or, wow, this hamburger tastes really good. Or, that siren is too loud, whatever. You know, they live within this world and only within this world. And self-mastery is understanding that there is far more to this place than is actually visible or able to sense with any of the 5 senses. So presence mastery is being fully in the moment in whatever you're doing. Even if it's as simple as drinking a glass of water. Most people will just take their glass of water, I'm thirsty, glug, 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 done. You know, and that will rehydrate you. But what if you did it with full presence? What if you took a sip and you paid attention to how it feels in the mouth, the temperature of it, and going even further with it, sense as it's going down into the body that it's actually going through all of the different areas of the body. It's replenishing all the different cells. And if you focus on that, and remember, where you focus your attention, you're focusing energy, that's being fully present. Breath work. Breath is life. Breath work, particularly when it's done with presence and intention, will oxygenate the blood, get rid of carbon dioxide, and influence heart rate and blood pressure. Metaphysically, it regulates mood and emotional states. For example, if you're feeling stressed about something, what you can do is take a slow inhale and then do a quick exhale. It's kind of like you just got through a tense situation and you breathe that sigh of relief. If you do that intentionally, You're basically telling your body that it's time to relax. Meditation is a big part of self-mastery. There's so many different ways that you can meditate. You can lie on the bed, on the floor. You can sit in a chair, and if you sit in a chair, it's best if you have your feet shoulder width apart and your back straight. You can focus on pure unconditional love. You can focus on nothing at all and clear the mind, which is really hard to do. You can focus on the kind of person you're intending to be in 6 months. There's all sorts of different methods and ways to meditate, some that incorporate breathing, and everybody's different. So personally, I do the sensing exercise that comes from the Gurdjieff Foundation. I'm basically focusing energy on every aspect of my body, starting with my toes all the way up to my head. Shadow work. That is a complex thing and doesn't happen overnight. So shadow work refers to the shadows that people have, likely from their past, like triggers. I'm scared of this. I'm insecure about that. Where does that come from, and what triggers it? Did something happen in your past that you've pushed those shadows down, and you're not aware of that? You're not aware that it's actually having an effect today, and those are your shadows. And once you're able to step back outside of yourself, so to speak, and observe your own behaviors and your own triggers, then it makes it a lot easier to let those things go. It takes time, but it can be done. I saved the best for last. Practice pure unconditional love. Amazing. What does this look like? What do you do? Well, you can do acts of kindness. That would be something outward that you can do for somebody. Just sit in your quiet state of mind and focus on family or a pet or God, which is actually the number one commandment that Jesus had in Matthew 22:36, I believe it is. Jesus' disciples asked him, "Teacher, which is the greatest commandment?" And Jesus replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. And the second is like it, love your neighbor as yourself." If you concentrate on pure unconditional love, it will eventually become a dominant part of your personality. So in conclusion, these are my 7 keys to self-mastery. Again, everyone's different, and there are many aspects to self-mastery, but these are the ones that I feel are most important to my personal growth. So find what works best for you, and in the meantime, have pure love. I'll see you next time.